So first and foremost, I'm gonna give like a warning. This is probably gonna be like a long video. So this is for like people who actually want to like hear my opinion, and like you want to kind of see like where I'm at. And if you want to have a genuine conversation with me, this is who this video is for. It's probably gonna be like 10 minutes. If not, it's fine. You can like swipe and like watch my other shorter videos. But I'm gonna respond to this comment. I commented a couple comments, but let me just kind of respond to this in like a more thorough response. So before I like go in on this, I feel like I acknowledge that there's like Christians who like do their research when it comes to like science and like logic and philosophy, and they are looking for the truth. They have Christianity and they're putting it to the test, and they know that the truth is going to be objective and it's going to be able to withstand any criticisms that are levied against it. There are people that are doing the work, trying to find the truth, checking out other claims of what the truth is, and trying to see if there's any validity in like other truth claims. That is good. Skepticism, open-mindedness, and humility. These things are good. But in my experience, and like what I fear, right, is when you look into the world, a majority of the world kind of like wants to be mediocre in a sense, and like 20% of Christians, I feel like, are the ones that are like intellectual, seeking the truth, the smartest Christians upon everybody else, right? I feel like when it comes to the 80% of Christians, you have people, and like it varies, but you have people who haven't read the Bible, aren't looking into like logical fallacies, aren't looking into like philosophy, aren't like, investigating other truth claims, right? And they just want to exist in their Christian bubble and say that Christianity is the truth, and they want people to accept what they're saying, but what they're saying doesn't have any like material to it. They're just being lazy. When it comes to like the debates I've had on TikTok, off of TikTok, the conversations I've had in society, right? Like a majority of people are going to tell you, believe in God, just trust in God, like, and all this stuff about like Christianity being true. But they don't do their research, and they're not skeptical, and they don't challenge their faith. And I don't think they're actually seeking truth. I think they're seeking something that's going to sway them emotionally. I think they're seeking something where they're going to find comfort and happiness in it. I think they're seeking like the first dogma that shows up to them. And like, I'm sorry, but I feel like this is just like a joke and kind of like a waste of my time, right? Like I'm seeking I believe truth is objective. I believe that it's going to be something that no matter how you challenge it, it's not going to be flawed. It's going to be flawless. It's going to be objective. It's going to apply to everybody. It's going to be the best idea that exists out there. Like one thing that I find annoying, and one thing that I've heard from certain people that I've recently made videos about and stopped being friends with, right? I hear people talk about these anecdotes, how like God spoke to them, how how they had an interaction with God. Christians are still failing to provide me the symmetry breaker, in which like what makes me more compelled to believe that it was the Christian God that did this for you, or whether it was just a coincidence, whether this thing that happened to you in reality would have happened anyway without God's interference. Or oftentimes I hear people saying like, I watched a bunch of Christian YouTube videos right before I fell asleep, and I had a vision of God speaking to me. I wonder why that happened. You you gave your brain messages, and your brain produced something from the last thing you saw before you went to sleep. Like I'm failing to see the symmetry breaker between why isn't this a coincidence and why isn't this like God, and these things are insufficient. And I feel like sometimes I wonder, like, Christians, are you being skeptical enough? Are you asking questions? Are you just believing the first thing that somebody tells you, or you're believing like something that just lands on your doorstep? Like, are you genuinely seeking the truth? Are you just like jumping to the conclusion? And a lot of Christians can't reason this. A lot of Christians can't justify this. A lot of Christians can't give me a compelling reason for why I should be Christian rather than be atheist. And you just get slapped around by atheist debaters, and it's just piss poor. Another thing that's like dorky and embarrassing is like when Christians try to say like, I used to be atheist and now I'm Christian, and like I know what the atheist position is, and it just like results in like optimistic nihilism. It's like It's funny, and it's like this weird, like, offensive slap to the face to like agnostics or like atheists, right? In the sense that like Christians want atheists to study the material, to like steelman the Christian position, to understand like what Christianity is, right? Like, you know, you want us to see it for what it is in its full entirety, right? But like Christians like underestimate what the atheist position is, or what the, agnostic position is, and say things like it just results in like optimistic nihilism. Like it just shows that you're dumb and you don't read the literature. Have you explored the multiple facets of what it means to be atheist and the different positions that atheists take? Like, have you like looked into the arguments, and are you actually trying to understand atheism, or like claim that you understand atheism and then render a like kindergarten, and not even that, like just trash ass representation of like your opposition, like just awful, with such like confidence and like arrogance, right? And we get tired of it. We get tired of like atheists believe that everything came from nothing. No, we know the law of thermodynamics. We get tired of, well, I mean, there's a variety of piss poor Christian arguments. I can't remember a lot of them right now, but just we get tired of like piss poor Christian arguments and like representations of atheism. Are you actually like trying to like understand the position? And it goes both ways. Atheists are doing a piss poor job of representing Christianity. I'm getting fed up with talking to Christians who refuse to understand what logical fallacies are, and then they want to claim that Christianity is the objective truth, the ultimate truth, the best idea on the planet, and your argument's filled with logical fallacies. You're wasting my time. I get tired of debating Christians who, don't study science, and they want to sit here and say like the Bible is unflawed, and you haven't looked at the science behind like the Big Bang, what came first, the single cellular organism or plants, dinosaurs, however they involved in that. You're not studying science, and you want to say that Christianity is the truth. You're wasting my time. And then I'm getting tired of having conversations with people who like undermine philosophy, or like say like philosophy is like useless or not good or not like of any value, when you're even asking the question, what is the truth, you're engaging in philosophy. Like we use philosophy in our day-to-day lives without even like noticing it. Like read the literature, like under like and like in other people's defense, I'm not saying like I'm the most literature read individual. I'm not like, I struggle to read stuff, right? Like I'm not reading books. I'm pulling articles and reading short excerpts, right? And I'm working on like reading more books. But this like judgment claim of people's worldviews without like really understanding it's kind of like weird and bogus, and I'm getting this from a lot of Christians. Admittedly, I should do some self-reflection, because I also tend to do this, but this kind of stuff like wears me out, and I don't think Christians are like looking for the truth in majority. They just believe in Christianity, and a lot of their argumentation seems biased, and like you're not like unaware of like the arguments and flaws in your own worldview, in an attempt to try and fix or strengthen your worldview. Even today on a live that I'm hosting, on a different platform or account, I won't reveal too much. They're just people who have such arrogance, who think that they're so smart and they're here to teach people, and they're not willing to like learn or look internally and be like, how am I flawed and how can I better myself, right? This arrogance is very common in Christianity, and especially like in my community, the Nigerian community. This idea of like, I know everything and no one's going to tell me anything, and I want other people to be humble and willing to learn. We can all learn from each other. We all have something to offer. It doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your position. Just hear what somebody has to say and judge them for what they put on the table. And I feel like a lot of people are like biased and like want to be in their echo chambers and are afraid of being wrong. I think the bravest thing somebody can do is to look in the mirror and like toughen up and look yourself in the eyes and be like, hey, maybe I'm the bad guy. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm not smart. Maybe like I'm wrong. And then embark on the journey, the courageous journey, to actually seek the truth, to seek the best ideas, and to actually improve themselves.